Okay, folks. So what we're doing here is we're going to do a tutorial. Now, this tutorial is about playing ships and wargaming. And the main purpose of why I'm doing this is for my clan. I was part of a different clan before. Ended up having to start my own clan. And we've got a lot of fairly new people to the game. And in order to help them better understand how to play the game and better enjoy their time playing the game, we're going to start with this video by Flamu, which he recorded, I guess, about a day ago or so ago. And any questions, just throw in chat, please. And any questions, just throw in chat, please.
Just to start up, I intentionally
and any questions, just throw in chat, please.
Average replays. For the simple reason that the average player in World of Warships doesn't really understand. I intentionally
and any questions, just throw in chat, please.
And someone actually for the simple reason that the average player in World of Warships, and that's why someone really understands an average.
And any questions, just throw in chat, please.
Will teach people a lot for the simple reason that the average player in World of Warships, and that's why someone really understands. You see this very often.
And any questions, just throw in chat, please.
For the simple reason that the average player in World of Warships, that's why someone's trying to carry. You see this very often.
And any questions, just throw in chat, please.
For the simple reason that the average player in World of Warships, that's why someone's trying to carry. You see this very often.
And any questions, just throw in chat, please.
For the simple reason that the average player in World of Warships, that's why someone's trying to carry. You see this very often.
And any questions, just throw in chat, please.
For the simple reason that the average player in World of Warships, that's why someone's trying to carry. You see this very often.
And any questions, just throw in chat, please.
For the simple reason that the average player in World of Warships, that's why someone's trying to carry. You see this very often.
And any questions, just throw in chat, please. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a couple of things, folks. So I just throw in chat for a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to check a
see this.
Take a couple of things real quick. Just throwing just a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to take a couple of things real quick. Just throwing just a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to take a couple of things real quick. Just throwing just a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to take a couple of things real quick. Just throwing just a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to take a couple of things real quick. Just throwing just a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to take a couple of things real quick. Just throwing just a bit, so just bear with me. Hold on, I just got to
Let me post this. Let's see how to. Let me turn on. Positioning in World of Warships is everything. Like, people don't understand how important positioning in World of Warships
there, I
is
think I had the mic unmuted. Hopefully, I've got the audio, I think, straightened out. Any questions? If there's any audio or video issues, let me know, okay, guys?
You're going to deal. It defines how well you can react to enemy doing surprising moves. It defines how well you're going to react to your own teammates doing surprising moves. It is everything in World of Warships. You can have super Unicum aim, but if your positioning is garbage, you're still not going to do anything all match. It is the single most important thing, and it is stupidly difficult. That's really the biggest highlight. It is stupidly difficult to have good positioning. Still to this day, we see King of the Sea games with full teams of super Unicums in voice comm fighting each other, and people misposition. And it's but the main difference between the average player mispositioning and these players mispositioning is that they often realize it. Oftentimes too late. I mean, you don't end up in a poor position until it's too late. But they often realize, oh shit, I'm in a bad position. That's why I can't deal damage. That's why I can't do this. That's why I'm being crossfired, because I'm in a terrible position. Whereas your average random player, they don't understand that they're in a poor position. So they blame everything else. Wow, that pussy is hiding behind the island farming me. It's that pussy's fault. It's not your own fault for sailing into a position where you're going to get farmed. Or your teammates abandon you. You could probably see your teammates turning around on the minimap minutes earlier and running away, and you ignored it and kept pushing in, mispositioning. That's what got you killed. Yes, your teammates running away contributed, but you could have avoided it by having good positioning. So the biggest issue really in World of Warships is that most players don't understand that the positioning is the main reason why they're dying, the main reason why they're not dealing damage, the main reason why basically everything is much harder for them. And they also don't really recognize when someone has good positioning either. It's RNG, it's bad teams, it's X, Y, Z, 55 different other reasons, never themselves. Right, let's see, what do we have? Tier 9, standard battle. Get the Gaza Fletcher as the Jutland. So obviously when you play a DD, the first thing you want to look at is, do they have a CV? The second thing you want to look at, how many radars do they have? I saw them, Daniel. That's good. Chill. I'll get to them. Chill. So the first thing you want to look at is radars. We have Buffalo, we have Donskoy, we have Riga. 10 kilometer, 12 kilometer, 12 kilometer. The scariest one of these is the Riga. because even though it's a short radar, it's also a stealth radar, which means it's very, very hard to counterplay. So playing it chill, playing it relaxed. In fact, I'd like to see you maybe scout a bit more because you have a Seattle behind you. So generally you wanna keep a bit of a distance between him so that when you spot someone, the Seattle gets spotted at the same time. You are being RPF'd. You're running concealed though. You're running health perk. That's good. Generally at this point you've been RPF'd for a really long time. I'd pop speed boost. Because if I was playing an Östergötland Atlantic Kitakaze Fletcher and I saw RPF moving like this, I'd be torping. I'd be preemptively torping this way. So, especially Östergötland, RPF torps are very common, so I'd be running speed boost just so I can be aware of it. Donsko spotted, that's good. Moving... He's moving at full speed, actually. It's just replay. Oh wait, is it slowed down? It's slowed down. I was like, hold on, why the hell is this guy moving so slow? I was like, what the hell? It looks like he's moving at half speed. But no, it just the replay was caught at half speed. I still think you're too close to your Seattle. Because if your Seattle and Georgia plays this aggressive, you want to be scouting for them. If they're playing this goddamn aggressive, you want to be scouting for them. Fletcher. Speed boost. No, you don't need to smoke. Why are you smoking? There's no need to smoke here. Why are you using your smoke? He's not even shooting you. He's not even engaging you. Do you need to smoke? Was anyone shooting you? No. Was there any reason to use this smoke at this point? No. There was no reason to use the smoke. This is very common. People use the smoke because they think that they need to use the smoke. Generally speaking, you can often wait until someone actually starts shooting you before you pop your smoke. Especially at the start of a game where you still have full HP, you can risk taking a couple of hits. It's okay. Like, there's no reason to panic smoke. Because now if the Iva pushes in, you'll have something to farm, but you're within... Östergötland is farming you, someone you could be shooting, you are shooting. He's probably torpedoed. Keep that in mind, there's probably torpedoes coming your way. You could absolutely push out and engage this guy. You don't actually need to be running away. Speed boost. Keep in mind there's probably torpedoes coming. Generally though, that smoke was very unnecessary. There was no reason for it, because well, no one was really shooting you. Careful, careful. If I'd been to Östergötland, I would have torqued this smoke. Guaranteed I would have torqued. And you're full broadside. You gotta be like, this is incredibly risky. You even have a battleship behind you, a Georgia behind you. This is dual purpose torpedoes. Like, he might hit you, he might hit that guy. I would have torqued this smoke 15 times over. You have to respect the threat. You were safe in a smoke. It's not worth sitting full broadside just to get more guns on him when he's probably torping. For some reason he didn't, which is really lucky for you, but you have to respect the threat. Okay, so you got a Fletcher that's happily scouting for you. You got a strong push coming in here. I'd like to see you play more aggressive. I don't think you actually needed to play this safe. The Donsko is shitting himself running away. At this point, I'd like to see you play aggro. You got islands to hide behind in case the Donskoy radars. This enemy Kitakaze is slowing down your team push quite a bit. You got a lot of battleships to farm here. There is a lot of reasons to push in here. There's a lot of reasons to push in here. The Donskoy is about to die as well. Yeah, at this point, I drop a set of torps into the smoke and then I rush towards it. What are they going to do to stop you? You're going to have the smoke up in time. You should be fine. At this point, call target on the DD. It's always worth calling target on DD. Generally, people in World of Warships, they sit zoomed in all the time. They don't pay attention. So, in that Kitakaze. Östergötland isn't a threat, Kitakaze is. Kitakaze is turning in, look at the minimap. Kitakaze is caught nose in. You need to change target right now. Like, look at this guy. He's gonna come around this corner. You can even drop preemptive sets, torpedoes in here. Look at this, he's pushing out straight in front of you. You really should be helping your team with that guy. Okay, you're don't be afraid to switch to torps every now and then to get an idea of what this guy's doing, because you're really struggling to hit him right now. He's not doing anything fancy, he's just doing a bit of back and forth. This is very much tunnel vision. The Kitakaze is sailing past. You could have easily killed the Kitakaze for the team. Yeah, that's... Now you notice it. Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. Even when you play DD, even though the guns reload very quickly, I say it often, try to glance at the minimap. Glance at the minimap. Every few seconds. Glance at the minimap. Get an idea of what is going on. Donsko and Riga are both here. There's an RPF. This time it's the Atlant finally torps. No second set. Maybe it was broken. Okay, at this point you want to be pinging the Riga. The Riga is your #1 threat. The guy that's zoning you away from being aggressive right now. Okay, you pop torpedo booster. Why? Generally you want to use your torpedo booster when there's an extremely high chance of landing torpedoes, or basically in YOLO situations or ships sailing broadside in predictable paths. But dropping it just to throw a random set in a general direction is generally not worth it, but apparently this enemy Kitakaze just ate basically a max range Kitakaze torpedo. I don't understand how that's even possible, but thank you enemy Kitakaze for that. Even then, this set is incredibly optimistic. I prefer to say, basically you can get a 12 torpedo broadside off in the Kitakaze if you launch your normal set and then you launch your torpedo reload booster set. And that's a very powerful torpedo volley. But using it just to get a random set off is in my opinion just poor. It's poor. The odds of actually landing anything with that is low. Whereas if you had been saving your torps, you might be dropping torps here and then torpedo reload booster to drop another set, and that would be very powerful, because these guys can be farmed hard. At this point, there's no reason for you not to start farming. AP as well. You can easily use AP here. It's full broadside Iowas. They eat a shit ton of AP damage. I looked at some gameplay from it and it looked unimaginably junk-rig. I looked at that alien fireteam and it looked so garbage. Like, it looked like a console game from 2005. For some reason the aliens are just complete memes. Like, the scariest, most OP monster in movie history is this bug that you kind of splat. It looked like Starship Troopers except in the aliens world. It looked so shit, so no thank you, I'm not interested at all. But I'm not sure why you didn't smoke and start farming these two Iowas. Going back to that, you had smoke available, and smoke is not going to be that useful now that the cyclone hits. So you had a chance there to smoke up and just farm the shit out of these two Iowas for a good minute before the cyclone hits. Instead you just sailed away. I feel like that was a missed opportunity. Because your Georgia was pushing in and scouting for you, so you could utilize that to farm them for as long as you could. Jingles seem to enjoy it. That's fine. I mean, this is probably going to blow you away, but people tend to have very separate tastes when it comes to movies. Don't use your reload booster. Don't use your reload booster. Just chill. This is a situation where you want to use it. Ideally, he's turning broadside. No, don't sail away, don't sail away. You see he's turning, you can slow down, slow down, slow down. The closer you are when you launch your torpedoes, the better. I don't know why you're speeding away. The further away you go from a target, the harder he is to torpedo. Because your torpedoes have to travel a longer distance, which means he has more time to turn, to evade, and... Why did you do this? I don't understand that at all. Why did you run away from the Jean Bart and pop torpedo reload booster and drop another set instantly? He's right there. That was so late. You want to stack them at the same time. You want to create this wall of hard to avoid torpedoes. That's the whole point of running the torpedo reload booster. And now you want to smoke up. Why are you not farming the Jean Bart? Thank you, Korean Escapades. I haven't actually seen that game now. I don't know why you didn't smoke up and help your team again. You have two opportunities where your battleship is pushing in. You can smoke up and provide insane DPS support. Instead, you just run away. I don't understand why. These are two easy, free damage farming opportunities, and you're not taking either one of them. If I had to describe this, like, this guy's flooding. You could be setting fires on him. There's even a Minnesota behind him. 2 free kills on this flank. Like, I don't understand anything of this. This is, if I had to describe this this replay in one word or one sentence, it would be missed opportunity. Like that guy would be so dead. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Wow. He could have lived because you could have killed that guy. Now you want to smoke up. There's an Iowa on your forehead that you can farm for free. You really want to smoke up. Do you not see that you're about to be smashed? Oh my god, there it is. You're not paying attention, and you're dead. Now you smoke. Minimap awareness. You need to work on minimap awareness and opportunities. Like, you don't often get a situation where battleships is full broadside are pushing into you, and you just get to smoke up and farm them. But you had 2 such opportunities this game, and you capitalized on neither. Like, Kitakaze's main gimmick really is its ability to smoke up and deal cruiser damage from in a DD. That's really the gimmick of the Kitakaze. It deals absurd damage, gun damage. It struggles with maneuverability, and like it's pretty big and clumsy for a destroyer, but the sheer damage output and the range isn't that good either. The ballistics at long range aren't that good, but close to mid-range, or DD close to mid-range, it does absurd damage. So if you get a situation where especially ships like Iowa and Sean Bart are pushing into you, you take them, you smoke up and you just start farming. That's Christmas for a Kitakaze. This was easily a 150k damage game if you just use your smokes to farm damage on both times. And potentially, this might have been a 1 game as well, because you could have farmed the Iowas, you could have farmed the Sean Barts and the Minnesotas, and that's the majority of their firepower right now. Alright. Was he afraid of the Riga Raiders? Possibly, but even then, how many ships can shoot you in a cyclone if you're radared? The Riga can, and the battleship can. But he still had plenty of health remaining, and you got that 5-second window to angle away when the guy radars you, so... Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have a Yamato game with 56,000 damage and a Daring game with 25,000 damage. Okay, we can do a Yamato game in between. Daily reminder: people who post these replays, I ask for average or poor games, because they teach you much more than an average player having a lucky game. Not my finest hour, but that's the point, isn't it? Exactly. There is generally so much more to learn from a poor game than there is from a lucky game. Okay. Jplay, thank you for the 19. Yamato game. Enemy has Hakuryu. Obviously, he's gonna be a nasty problem. Hakuryu is just filthy. I mean, the AP bombs and torpedoes. You generally don't want to run off too far alone in this game, because then you're just gonna get farmed to shit. On the bright side, you have an FDR, who's basically gonna non-stop spot for you. And if there's one thing Yamato likes, it's permanent spotting of the enemy, because he can basically shoot anything. Juicy targets for you to shoot are both the Ohio and Shikishima. You can farm the hell out of them. And Well, the Napoli depends. Petro can be quite nasty. At range Petro, you can actually do a fair decent bit of damage, provided he goes nose in. If he's maneuvering, he's going to be a hard ship to hit because he's basically a submarine. Okay, you could be... What are you doing? You're between your team. That's fine. Your small line is pushing in. I'd probably want to see you play a bit more aggressively already. Your Kremlin is going in, your Venezia is going in, your small line is scouting for you. You can absolutely be sailing a path like this, an aggressive path. Because you're going to get vision of the enemy team as they go to B. If you're playing more aggressive, you can punish them. And you want to be able to punish them right now. So, more aggressive pathing. You're playing, I feel like you're playing too safe. You have a whole squadron of teammates protecting you. Taking shots at the broadside Ohio. Generally, when you see a clan tag like enough, you probably want to assume that he's going to do some sort of evasive juking move. Especially if you're well in ranked, you can probably assume that they're going to do a bit of juking. So usually aiming above a ship is not a bad idea, because when a ship turns out, they tend to turn into those shells. Like in this case, I would probably put my crosshair somewhere here, so then it turns out he eats the shells. Because well, the thing with Yamato is, like, if it turns out now again, you're gonna miss. People often do the same juke again. And he's turning out again, and you see, if you've aimed above him, this would have been hits. But because you tried to go for the flat broadside hits, it's probably short. How the hell did that land high? He aimed low. What? He literally aimed waterline and he turned out, but the shells landed high. I'm so confused by this game sometimes. What? Okay, well, I will take it. I have no idea how. At this point, you're actually, I think your position is pretty good. I would like to see you slow down, because these guys are pushing the flank and you want to help them. This Shikishima is super aggressive. I'd like to see you slow down right now. I'd like to see you even turn in and slow down. Because this guy is pushing, and you want to be able to help your team. The Petro is pushing, you want to be able to shoot him as well. What you're sailing towards right now is a Kleber. That's it. You got a Campo Venezia. The Kleber is going to struggle on this flank. You finally notice, you could with spotter plane, I think you could start lobbing shells on the Shikishima. You had a really good position earlier, but I feel like the further this way you go, the worse your position is becoming. Shikishima, Shikishima, Shikishima. Napoli is not a threat, Shikishima is. And he's about to have your flat broadside. And you can help your team by smashing him. You should absolutely be overmatching. This Shikishima, you should be shooting him, and you should be shooting the Petra that's pushing into your small line. No one gives a shit about the Napoli. What's a Napoli gonna do? Oh, sap secondary, Zerpader. No one gives a shit, honestly. It's a junk ship. These two, on the other hand, are very strong ships. These are the guys you want to be shooting. Because that Petra is getting to park nose in for free. That Petra is getting to park nose in for free and dumpster your small line, and you're not even paying attention. Luckily, the Shikishima suicided on the Kremlin. That's good. Shooting the DD is always good, but this Petro, look at your small one. Where did his health go? It's gone. I don't like this turn at all. I don't like this turn at all. If the Ohio is paying attention right now, you're giving flat broadside. Oh, I don't like this at all. Oh, thank God he didn't shoot you. Oh, he didn't shoot you. You're so goddamn lucky. You're literally giving flat broadside then. You're literally giving flat broadside to an Ohio right now. You're still giving flat broadside then. You're still spotted in flat broadside. Ohio can sit you easily at this range. Ooh, map awareness. That would be my key point this game. Map awareness. Absolutely map awareness. Need to work on that. Also, you've been going in a straight line all the way from here to here. So being torpedoed eventually should not be a surprise at this point. Even worse is you're still going in a straight line. I don't know why the Ohio hasn't already deleted you. When is he gonna delete you? Like I would have smashed you. Good lord, I would have smashed you. For some reason he's not. You're not shooting a full... Petro is turning full broadside. Petro is turning full broadside. Look! Look! Full flat broadside, a Petro. How often does this happen? And you shoot an angled Napoli. No. Map awareness. Map awareness, map awareness, map awareness. It is very difficult, just like positioning is difficult, but it's some of the most important things you can do. Map awareness, where positioning gives you opportunities to deal damage. Map awareness lets you see those opportunities. Those two go hand in hand, and those are the most important things in World of Warships. Good positioning lets you shoot things, map awareness lets you see the things to shoot. Right now, you have been extremely tunnel vision on these two ships for some reason. Whereas you could have been incredibly useful. Oh, Petrus is gonna sail past full broadside. Oh, that guy wants to die. And you're shooting a running away Kleber. No. Okay, Hakuryu is about to turn full broadside. Hakuryu is turning full broadside. You can. I would go for this shot because you can dev struck him if it's this much broadside. They're still pushing in. I don't know why you're pushing in. They have Kleber, Napoli on this flank. There is no reason for you to push in. The Petro is ramming your Petro, which could have been prevented if you just helped him a bit. And you're still pushing, and I don't know why you're still pushing. Somehow they missed their torpedo. Oh my god. Like, this guy on the threat scale is basically below the scale. You really hate that Napoli, don't you? Like, holy shit. But now, what you managed to do is get yourself isolated. You managed to isolate yourself entirely. And one of the things we said at the start of the game, which you can't do if the enemy has an Hakuryu, is isolate yourself. You have gotten yourself isolated. So now you're gonna get farmed. There's nothing you can do about it. And the CV is absolutely guaranteed on its way to... Yeah. Exactly. He's on his way to do what CVs love doing. Farming isolated targets. This, we predicted, was a threat at the start of the game. This shouldn't be a surprise. He's eating flak. Like, he's munching all the flak. Oh my god, did this guy just lose a squadron against the Yamato? Holy sh... That is impressive. I would have complimented that Hakuryu. I didn't know you could do that. I would have complimented that Hakuryu. Holy shit, that's actually impressive. Nerf Yamato AA clear. But yeah, this... Oh, no. Well, this game was winnable, but this push into these two guys, I don't know why you thought this was important. I don't know why you thought that was important. So, honestly, this game, you could, if I were you, I would have just chilled in the center. You could have helped against the Petro, you could have helped against the Shikishima, you could still have shot these guys without pushing into them, but you would have been so much more useful, and you wouldn't have gotten yourself isolated. This game is very mature, we can exit. Oh, there's been a devlog, we can look at the devlog in between. But yeah, key point there, map awareness. Map awareness, map awareness, map awareness. Map awareness and positioning. Development block, what do we have? The changes will be applied to German aircraft carriers, FDR, and other ships. Having analyzed combat performance and taken player feedback into account. What? We have changed the characteristics of several ships. These changes were required in order to carefully adjust the balance of the mentioned warships. As usual, we'll monitor the impact of the changes and the general balance of the ships. And August from Parzival, Manfred, Rito, Graf Zeppelin be change parameters. Instead of the chance of hitting 2 bombs at once, increase the chance of hitting 2 bombs at once in the eternal dispersion lips. Manfred buff? Oh no. I was so happy to not see Manfred for a while, because that ship is so Ebola. Oh no. FDR. Change parameters of torpedo bombers. Torpedo arming distance increased by, whoa, 30 meters. No, 28 meters. Insane. Torpedo spread width increased by 5%. Whoa. Whoa, big changes. Big changes. Big changes. Big nerfs. Huge. Bombs, 600 damage nerf. HE shell armor decreases. Hexial ceiling, thank you for the 8. What is this? What is this even supposed to change? Who has this armor? No one has this armor. No one has 65 millimeters armor. Kremlin has 60. Wait, what's the armor on the Nakimov? Does anyone know? Because is Nakimov gonna have like 65 or 66 millimeters? Yamato is 57 millimeter. Is Nakimov 50? Schlieffen? Who has 65, 66 millimeter armor? Nakimov is 50. Schlieffen, I think, was 50 as well. So who has 65, 66? Because this seems like a completely meaningless change. Fire chance nerf. I mean, I'll honestly, FDR nerf, I'll take it. I'll take it, regardless of how meaninglessly small it is. I'll take it. Anything that nerfs CVs, well done. Wait, what? Nevsky got buffed? Why? Why did Super Zhao get a buff, but Zhao does not? What? Hello? Nevsky not popular enough? Clearly. $50mm deck plus 60mm super structure, it affects all cruisers. That's not how it works. HE shells and HE bombs arm on the first plate they see. They don't punch through the superstructure and then hit the deck. That's not how it works. Jesus. So Nevsky got even better. Interesting. And this is important because this isn't just Citadel damage. This isn't just Citadel hits from AP shells, but this is AP bombs, this is torpedoes. All of these things deal Citadel damage. So you can heal a shit ton more of it now. That's an important buff. This is to fix the cruiser heal being shit on Nevsky. People complained about this for ages. Yeah, but the question is, did the Nevsky need improve to get that heal? Does anyone actually think, wow, Nevsky is such a poor ship? It only has 19km range, radar, 50k health, icebreaker, strong AA, like, it's one of the fastest ships. Hello? It is, for sure. It's really fun. Kremlin has 60mm. Now maybe take a bit of angle into account. Can it go up to 63mm? Angle does not matter against HE. HE is the dumbest shell in the game. The only thing it cares about is the thickness of the armor. It doesn't care about shell velocity. It doesn't care about armor angling. It doesn't care about anything. All it cares about is the plate that it hits, the thickness. The only thing that matters. Even if you hit it at the worst angle possible, as long as you have enough pen to punch through the armor, you'll punch through it. That's how HE works. Alright, let's see. Let me start that next round. Okay, let's see. What do we have? What do we have? Okay. Okay. Let's see. I had actually a lion game with 33k damage. That's pretty spicy. Ebola bro, thank you for the 8. Okay, this one is interesting. A daring game for 25k damage. HE is only as dumb as overmatching AP. True. But overmatching AP doesn't start fires. Let me get something to drink real fast. 1 second. Does HE take the effective thickness of armor when angled to pen or shatter? No, just the flight value.
Show them what we've got, chaps.
I doubt they would make the game more complicated. They love keeping the game dumb. Okay, what do we have? Tier 10. Stealth radar, 12 cam radars, 2 the Navy's. Ooh, this is nasty because they can. Oh, this is a really nasty division because this guy can stealth spot you, and then you get double radar. What is that pasta? What is that pasta? Oh no. Thank you, Levelest, for the 51. And Mr. Erickson, 22, Headshot Ceiling 8, Flash Gaming 15, Sierra 8, J-Play 19. Thank you, Levelest. Right, so Minotaur can also potentially be stealth radar. Basically, when you start a game as a DD, you assume the worst. So that means anyone who can slot radar, you play as if they have radar. That's the best way. You play as if they have radar until you're proven otherwise. That's how you always approach ships in World of Warships. Because if they turn out to not have radar, that's fine. You're safe. It's not a problem. But if you play as if they don't have it and they're slotting radar, then you're screwed. So always assume the worst. Everyone is running the best consumables to counter you. That cruiser, he's always going to be running Hydro. Assume he's always going to be running Hydro. Assume the worst from every single enemy. That way you don't get caught off guard, and that way you don't get surprised. You only get positive surprises. The same way I assume all my teammates are going to be dumb as bricks. If they suddenly do something smart, something useful, that's a positive surprise.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Okay, how many torps was that? 10. So Holland, and they were fast. So that means this guy's here, and the Smolensk is here as well. So keep in mind, there's probably a Holland plus a Smolensk on this flank. Petro is going this way, which means Nevsky is probably here, and the Shima is in the cap because he's not contesting here. So we know where both the divisions are. You can absolutely engage that Holland. I would be running Hydro, just in case. Yeah, he's in the cap. Also, I would turn a bit more so you can engage him. It's a Holland. You want to get all your guns on him. Keep reversing, keep reversing. There's the Minotaur. Oh, assume it's radar. Assume it's radar. Start accelerating. You don't want to get caught here. Keep pinging him, keep him spotted, but assume it's a radar Minotaur. Keep pinging him for a target. Get your team to notice. Hello, there's a guy to farm here. Come on. There we go. There we go. That's what I want to see. Call target on him. Okay, interesting torpedo. Generally, you never want to torp like that. You want to double stack your torpedoes so that if he goes towards them, you have an increased chance of hitting. Remember, it's a Minotaur. He's going to be running Hydro. You will have to assume he's running Hydro, so if you only launch one set, he's easily going to dodge it. If you double stack your sets, you have a good chance of hitting them. So now you know his smoke. The Smolensk is somewhere here as well, and the Holland is somewhere here. Pop Hydro. Pop Hydro. I really want to see you pop Hydro here. Minotaur might be torping. Oh, he died, but he might be torping you. And you absolutely, the Holland might be torping you as well. You're in front of a Yamato. Hello, look. Yamato is here. This guy might be getting torped. Run your Hydro. It's a long duration defensive Hydro. There's no reason not to run it. There's absolutely no reason not to run this Hydra. Thank you, I am bored. You're conserving a consumable that you have plenty of for no reason. It's long duration, it's for personal safety, no reason not to be using it. You're also giving full broadside in front of a Yamato that's potentially being torpedoed without using it. Insanely risky play. Insanely risky play. Hydro and play aggressive. They have nothing to spot you. The Nevsky is here, the Petro is here, the Shima is somewhere here farming these guys. The Holland is here. Okay, pop Hydro, pop Hydro, pop Hydro, switch to AP farm. Pop Hydro, pop Hydro, pop Hydro. Farm, farm, farm. Play aggro. Why are you running away? Why are you disengaging? Is anyone shooting you? You have a core for secondary. That's it. Did you need to disengage in this situation? No. You had no reason to disengage. You could have played aggressively into that guy. No one was shooting you. No one even noticed you. What Daring does well is hunt other DDs and bully them. Because Daring has ridiculous damage. Daring has fast reloading smokes. Daring has personal Hydro. And Daring has a heal. This is a ship that is incredibly capable of dumpstering other destroyers. So if you get an opportunity to dumpster a destroyer, turning away and letting him run away so he can sit in the back and torp all game, that's not how you do it. Especially when all their ships are behind islands. Like, look, what are they? How are they going to help him? They can't. There's an island between them. If you play aggressive like this, no one was going to help this guy. No one was going to help this guy. So you could just rush him and dumpster him. So you got to capitalize on these opportunities. How do you dumpster Smallland in Daring? Smallland is the nastiest one of them all. But generally speaking, Smallland doesn't... I mean, it's really, really good, don't get me wrong. It has insane DPM, but you can absolutely just open water trade with it. You force him to pop his radar, you open water trade. As soon as the radar runs out, you smoke up, and then you pop your heal, and you continue trading. And this is a Holland, though. Completely different thing. What is a Holland going to do to you? Not much. Marceau would beat Daring in a straight-up fight. What straight-up fight? Are you gonna not smoke up? You have a fast reloading smoke. And you outspot the Marceau by a mile. How exactly is it gonna beat you unless you terribly misplay?
White-livered squid.
If you open water gunboat against the Marceau, of course it's gonna beat you. But why would you open water gunboat when you have a whole set of equipment designed for sitting in a smoke and farming?
Torpedoes astern.
Okay, this is interesting. They're smoked up Smolensk and you're pushing towards them. Why? You want to drop torps there? That's fine. Still haven't... At this point, I would drop torps into the smoke and smoke up and just farm the Colombo. Open watering! Why? If the Smolensk is paying attention, he's gonna at least land 2 volleys. Okay, the Smolensk was sleeping. I don't know why. No, he landed. There is at least 1 volley. There's the second. If that guy had been quicker on the uptake, you would have lost about 10-15,000 health there. Because he would have landed 2 volleys while you were spotted, and then he would have kept blind firing you, and you would have lost all your health. So, if you're gonna take a fight like this where you know that there's a Smolensk, you smoke up first, then you start shooting. You don't give him the free damage. You don't give him the free line up the shot perfectly and just let go. At this point, you're feeding him damage for free, for no reason. You have 6 smokes, you can afford to waste a bit of a smoke. Smolensk is pushing you, disengage, disengage. Get behind the island, and you're safe. This is fun. Call target on him, get your team to shoot him. You can shoot him yourself as well. There's nothing preventing you from just lobbing shells over the island.
A target's position. Problem solved, sir.
In fact, I would like to see you... Let's see, which way is it turning?
Torpedoes astern.
Park behind the island. Just keep creating distance. You can shoot. You could be lobbing shells over the island at him. I'm not sure why you're not. No. Who needs torps? Shoot him. You're getting closer. I don't know why. Assume he's running Hydra.
Victory is in sight.
The game is about to end. So I feel like the big mistake, I mean, this was complete steamroll. Some games are like this, but I feel like you had opportunities. The Holland was exposed with no support. You could have bullied him. And say you were, for some reason, you were really conservative on your consumables. But the game is about to end, and let's look at your consumables. You have 5 out of 6 smokes remaining. 3 out of 4 hydras remaining. The only thing that you've used is your heals. And these you could have saved more if you just used this more often.
Torpedoes to starboard.
I have no idea how to get this. This guy just collapsed with the strong divisions they had. Good for you. Good for you. And this is very much a steamroll game, though. Keep in mind that if you had played aggressively and bullied the Holland away, you would have gotten into a position here where you can not just smoke up and farm all these guys, but you can also potentially torpedo their side. So you would have gotten a better position as well. And you would have forced this Holland away from torping your teammate. You would have zoned him out, which is what the Daring does extremely well. How am I supposed to do any damage? Well, you've certainly had opportunities. Anyway, this game is pretty much over. You should be using AP here. Any broadsides, especially on American BBs, should be AP. This game is over. The common theme in many of these replays seems to be players hesitant to capitalize on advantages. That seems to be a very common theme here. People being super hesitant to capitalize on opportunities. This is a fair. We can look at one of Toll Data's. What is this? Ranked game? Sure. I think the problem is it's quite hard to identify what is an opportunity in World of Warships. In order to identify opportunities, you need to have good map awareness. You need to understand what is an opportunity and what isn't. Let's see. Farragut. So if you bring a Farragut, what is Farragut good at? Well, the concealment on the Farragut is actually pretty shit. It's one of the worst really at tier 6, but it has extremely long duration smoke, and it has good gunpowder. And the depth charges are American, which means they hit like a truck. Those are the advantages. And the disadvantages really. Wait, is 13.6, is this health perk? I don't think this is health perk. No health perk? That's a yikes. I'm pretty sure a Farragut is tankier than this, isn't it? That's a yikes. You never want to go no sub. Is this health perk? What are you missing then? No way you got 13.6 with health perk. Really? Is it that squishy? Is it really that squishy with health perk? Should you always run health perk on destroyers? Absolutely. Health is the percentage based bonus you get from survivability expert is gigantic. I guess it's because it's tier 6 DD, it's so squishy. Is it stock? The reason why, like, there is no other, okay, health perk is, there's no other perk in the game that gives you a better percentage based benefit than health perk on a destroyer. Okay. If you back in the day when people rented on battleships, we laughed because they're so stupid. Because if you consider if you have 100k health and you slap 3.5k extra health on the ship, the benefit you're actually gaining is 3.5% plus a small healing benefit. But that's pretty much it. You're using 3 points to gain a 3.5% benefit, which is garbage. On the other hand, on a DD, if you have, let's say, 20k and you gain 3.5k health, suddenly that's a significant amount. That's, well, more than 15% of extra health that you've just gained. It's huge. It's closer to almost 20% health. In fact, if you wait with the buffed thing, buff survivability expert, it's even more because it's 4.5k now, isn't it? No, that was cruisers. But that's also why, for example, health perk on something like Minotaur or Smolensk, ships that have very little health, or Zao, ships that have very little health, HP perk on them is actually very strong because the benefit is so huge. Basically, survivability expert is a captain perk that scales depending on the health you have. The more health you have, the worse the perk is. The less health you have, the more useful the perk is. So, obviously on a destroyer, the benefit you're gaining is huge. Like, what other perk can you get? There's no perk that you can get that can increases your damage by 20% or your survivability by 20% or your speed by 20%, but you can increase your health by 20%, and it's huge. That's why it's recommended on basically every single destroyer out there. And that's why when you see a Shima with 17.9k health, that guy is a goddamn idiot. Because he could have 20% extra health. Literally 20% extra health. And he chooses not to take it because he thinks something else is better. It's a incredibly strong perk. Incredibly strong. And it's extra strong on ships like Daring and such, and Småland and such, or Holland, because they have a heal. And the heal scales based on max health. So the higher your max health, the more your healing gives you, so you get an even accumulated increased benefit from running it. So that's why not running survivability expert on a destroyer is objectively goddamn stupid. Objectively goddamn stupid. Obviously there are slight changes when we get to something like an Elbing, but even an Elbing probably won't so. The more health you have, the less it drops in value. The less health you have, the more important it is. Because a good example, if you run into 1 versus 1 against an enemy Farragut, and you run HP perk and he doesn't, you're gonna win. He has survivability. I know he has survivability expert. I know he has survivability expert, but I'm highlighting why it's important to run it. Yeah, but roger that, Daniel. But I can respect that. But if you run HP perk and the enemy DD doesn't run HP perk, and you end up in a 1 versus 1, he's gonna die. You're gonna stay alive. You're gonna keep spotting for your team. You're gonna keep torpedoing ships. You're gonna keep smoking up. You're gonna keep winning objectives. You're basically gonna win the game because one of the most important aspects on a DD is survivability. So anyone who doesn't understand to prioritize that is just not understanding the role of a destroyer at all. It's a fundamental lack of game understanding if you don't pick survivability expert. I hate that it is such a mandatory perk, but it really is. Kind of like concealment expert on any sort of stealthy destroyer. Kind of like adrenaline rush. If you don't pick adrenaline rush, you're an idiot. Okay, securing the team, that's fine. Your team, for some reason, is pushing through these. Very questionable. Okay, what you want to do is call target on the Fubuki. Careful with where the Arc Royale is going with those planes. AA is on. I'd like to see you turn the AA off. There's no reason to have it on right now. Okay, you're opening up. That's pretty aggressive. Now to see reinforced sector. Reinforced sector. Don't go nose in. Don't go nose in. Oh, you turned it off. No, you're already spotted because you shot. Okay, couple of things there. When you see that the planes are coming towards you, what you want to do is you want to turn your ship around and you want to sail away. Because if he has to chase after you, he has to fly in your AA for a longer time to close the distance. The other reason is you got two teammates here. He has to enter their AA as well. So by turning in and closing the distance, you're moving away from friendly AA, and at the same time, you're lowering the time this guy has to spend in your AA. So you're helping him in every possible way you can by disengaging from your teammates and closing the distance. And that damage was probably entirely avoidable. Also, I don't like shooting the Fubuki at that range in a Farragut. Highly unlikely you're gonna do much. No. Why are you smoking? You're already undetected. The planes have been killed. Look, you're already undetected. There's nothing spotting you. The planes that were here have been killed. So, why are you smoking? The battleships can't use it
Torpedoes, direct front.
because they're spotting disadvantage.
Torpedoes, direct front.
So you see this often, either smoke early or don't smoke at all. But this kind of late smoke, this is gonna suck. Because now you're stuck either sitting in the smoke for a really long time, hoping you can farm something. I mean, I guess you can start farming if you're gonna sit here, farm the Friedrich. Also, AA should be on. No reason to have AA off. Help your team.
Smoke screen set.
Reinforce the wrong side by the looks of it. Fat finger, I guess. But at this point, you can go nose in. You can go nose in here towards the torp, so you can angle if need be. And you should be shooting. Farragut has a lot of DPM. You should be farming. The Friedrich is pushing. No, what are you doing? The Friedrich is pushing in for no reason. He's throwing away his ship. There's no reason for him to push in. That's really stupid. You should be sitting in your smoke farming the hell out of him. Instead, you're rushing towards him. I hate this. I hate everything about this. Shoot the Fubuki. Ideally, maybe you should just disengage entirely. Shoot the Fubuki. You should have AA on. You're about to be dropped. You're giving him a really good drop angle as well. Turn hard left, get into the smoke, and turn your AA on. Yikes. Keep shooting, get into the smoke. Damage con, get into the smoke. Get your ass into the smoke ASAP. Turn hard left and you can get into the smoke and you're safe. But everything about this move I hated. Everything about this move I hated. The correct move was sitting here and farming the Friedrich and waiting until Fubuki runs out of smoke. He's got an IJN smoke, you got an American smoke. I started the game by talking about how good your smokes are. You can sit in your smoke for 2 minutes straight and just farm. You're not in a hurry, the game just started. They're pushing in for no reason, so use it. Sit in your smoke and farm, and then when the smoke is running out, you're probably gonna have a new one up in 30 seconds, and then you can start playing aggressive, because you got an escape path.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Okay, why are you running away like this? You have plenty of smoke left. There's no reason to you're kiting really hard and I don't understand why. You could have just parked here and started farming. You would also have been in torpedo range of this guy. I would load AP at this point, he's giving so much broadside. Okay, now just take a look at that's good.
Capture that area.
Fubuki is throwing away his ship for no reason, that's really good. No, why are you leaving the smoke? Farm the Friedrich! No. I don't know why. I feel like you're not using one of the greatest advantages of the Farragut, which is the gunpowder. Farragut torps are shit, but the gunpowder on the Farragut is very strong. Like that, it actually has really good DPM for tier 6. You could park behind the island and farm the Friedrich, but he's gonna die. That's good. You could sit behind the island for a while and just farm the Andrea Daria. Why not? What's gonna spot you if you start farming him now? Nothing? There we go. Gunpowder. Use it. If you have AR, look at your reload. Your reload is so low. The DPM you do is filthy.
Engine boost activated.
Keep farming. I'd probably just slow down here and farm. Take your time. They lost the battleship. Your team is pushing around their flank, you got a casualty on their spawn. You're not really in a hurry to do anything decisive. Just farm, farm, farm. No, you can't reach him. Just farm this dude. What is this PM? What was that question? Seems like an OP. Which one? Leone? Leone is pretty shit. Okay, what are those torps? Okay, why are you full speed? Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Why are you full speed? You're putting yourself behind the island.
All stations. Concentrate fire on the target.
No reason for this. Good. Farm?
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Farm, 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 farm.
All stations. Proceed to capture that area. Attention. Reporting the target position.
Okay. You waited really long to start farming. I'm glad that you're finally doing it, but I mean, that's kind of... Oh, what are you doing? This is so risky. Whew, if you got spotted there, you would have probably died. But keep farming. He's got a broken engine. That probably means no damage comp. So any fires you start now are going to be really filthy. Also, when you're this close to someone, zoom out a bit. Zoom out a bit. You don't need to be sitting this zoomed in. In fact, it can bug your aim a bit. Submarine? Submarine on your carrier? Submarine on your carrier. Submarine on your carrier. Submarine! Minimap. Forehead. Hello? Hello? Minimap awareness. Hello? 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 There we go! Yes! Go dumpster him. Okay, submarines can actually do this bullshit where they pop up on the surface and they basically shotgun a destroyer, which is really fucking stupid because for some reason the arming distance on sub-torps is basically non-existent, so they can pop up like in front of you and drop torps on your forehead. So coming in from a slight angle like this is really good. He probably just used all his torps, which is really good. He is about to surface though, keep that in mind. Keep your guns ready, keep your guns ready. He's about to surface now. He's gonna be forced to surface now. You only have one depth charge. I guess you're not running the mod. Drop the charge. Okay, that was a good lineup. Careful though with this going behind him. Does the U-69 have back torps? Because if he has back torps, you're fucking dead. Does he have back torps? I can't remember. He doesn't. Okay, good. Because if that had been, for example, a Balao at tier 10, he would have backtorped you and killed you there. The original had, but this one doesn't have. The T8 German sub also has a backtorp launcher. Okay. The tier 10 doesn't have one. The German one, the U something. The U-69 has backtorps, I'm using it now. Okay, well, I don't know why that guy didn't dumpster you. Poor play for him, but you need to keep that in mind. You need to keep that in mind. It has one rear torp. That would have been enough to kill you. Okay. So, when you're fighting a sub like that, when you've already dropped the depth charges, don't sit in front or behind him. Because he's gonna just torp you. You're sitting in front of his torpedo launchers. Whereas if you sit slightly on his side on either way, he's going to be really clumsy when he's forced to surface like that, and you can easily shit on him. But if you're behind or in front of him, he's going to torp you. So it was kind of lucky that he didn't do that. I played the subs myself. If I'm that close, torps don't have time to climb. He was surfacing. If you can shoot him, he can torp you. If he's surfacing, if you can shoot him, he can torp you. At 10 meters, the torps basically launch on the surface when they're 10 meters of depth, or periscope depth. I don't know about that one, buddy. Like, look at people playing the subs, like actually good players playing the subs. They rush DDs because of their ability to shotgun destroyers. It's really stupid, and it makes no sense, and Wargaming's probably not going to fix it. But it's really dumb. So be careful with sitting in front and behind the sub. Okay, let's see what I have. Bismarck, Lion. Yeah, Farragut is very different from Summers though. Let me see pro ships. See if we can do it. Show something real fast. Okay, there you go. This is tier 6 submarines. What you want to look at here is the HE DPM. You see this? Guess who stands out from all of this DPM? Guess who stands out? This guy, G5 Farragut, aka the gunboat Farragut. 135k HE DPM. If you're building for guns, 150k. And the chance of starting fires is very, very high as well. In fact, only put into competition by the French gunboats. So not using this is a complete waste, because that's literally one of the reasons why you bring a Farragut. This is your strength. Whereas torpedo range, concealment, and all of this stuff, that's your weakness. Like, if you have some of the worst. Who's got worse? Gepard and Egle? Those are the guys with worst concealment. So, trying to play this as torpedo boat, that's not your goal. Your goal is to be a gunboat. That's what you do well. $135k HE DPM is significant. To put it into perspective, Duke d'Aosta has 134. La Galissonière has 132. Perth has 134. Devonshire, 113. Pensacola, 112. So you are above average cruiser DPM in your Farragut. You're above average of the cruiser DPM in your Farragut. So not using your guns is a massive waste. It's like a cruiser playing a torpedo boat in a Farragut. You do more damage than the Perth does. Simple as. I mean, Aoba does 108, Huanghe does 113. Putting that into perspective, 135k HE DPM is a lot for a destroyer. Is for a tech tree only player Fusa a good pick for ranked? Fusa is always good. Fusa is an old, solid, good ship. I like Fusa. And it gets ASW. It's pretty goddamn tanky. Got good range, a lot of guns. Yeah, no, it's a very strong ship. Let's see, let me check this game. Guy sent a 33,000 damage Lion game. That's ballsy. That's ballsy. That's a man who's not afraid to be criticized. That's a man who's looking to learn. I can respect that. Is this going on YouTube? I guess I can put it on YouTube. Generally, putting replay analysis on YouTube doesn't really score that much viewership, but people do tend to enjoy it because it, well, usually the thing with pointing out common mistakes is that they're common. People recognize mistakes that they make themselves, and it helps improve players, improve the skill levels. Let's see, Christmas camo or New Year's camo. What are we at? Tier 9 matchmaking, that's good. Musashi is scary. Georgia has good pen, but 5 BBs to farm. No real cruiser threats. Like honestly, HE spammers and stuff. This is fine. Like this is a lot of stuff to farm. Only 2 DDs. Only 2. Whoa, hello? Whoa. Okay, some lag. Yeah, this is a beautiful matchmaking. Sovietsky Soyuz sucks to farm for cruisers, but Lion doesn't care because Lion has such filthy HE. So what are Lion's weaknesses? Lion is junk at pushing in. It has to give a stupid amount of broadside to use its guns. It's got a gigantic citadel and the base health pool isn't impressive. So how do you play a Lion? You pretend you're a really, really big clumsy cruiser. So, well, first of all, I don't like that you're sitting nose in. What are you doing? Did you just DC?
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
No, you're still aiming. No, what I want you got good concealment as well, and they have no CV. What I want you to see you doing is full speed sailing this way. You utilize these guys, you farm here, you go help utilize these guys, you farm this. Basically what you want to do in a Lion is farm. That's what you're great at. Camping out maybe? I don't know. Hello? Hello? What are you doing? Did this guy just DC? Remember? You're waiting? What are you waiting for? I'm waiting for good targets. Full broadside Brindisi isn't one? What? Are you memeing? You must be memeing. Hello?
Enemy battleship sighted.
Okay, it's actually
Enemy
memeing.
battleship sighted.
There's no way anyone is this big, alright? Okay, this guy's clearly memeing because no one is this big. No, I really am. What? What are you doing? Why are you not moving? Wait, hello? Are you Bastion? Why would you make yourself a stationary target? Well, how was a broadside Brindisi not a juicy target?
Enemy destroyer detected.
This is a... Why are you aiming so high? He's moving towards you when I'm low down.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Also, it's Georgia, so feel free to take a lot of lead. Dude. What are you doing? He's getting your broadside. You're reversing? You know you could just accelerate and turn this way. There's no crossfire. You could just accelerate and start going this way. AP? Just stick to HE, honestly. Lion HE isn't... AP isn't
Enemy
much compared to
battleship
that.
detected.
Use the premium ammo, HE. Okay, well, I thought you were memeing, but you're not. I would... You have concealment, and you have speed, and you're not forced to play stationary. So why would you voluntarily play stationary? That's what I don't understand. Because it makes it much, much easier to play around you. You gotta remember, playing around a stationary target is much easier than playing around a mobile target. A stationary target, you know where he's going to be. You know where he's going to be 2 minutes from now. You know where he's going to be 5 minutes from now. You can plan ahead and you can position around that. Someone who's constantly moving on the map is a pain in the ass. Because he'll catch you by surprise, especially Lion, with his stealth and the fact that they don't have any carrier spotting. This is too much broadside. Georgia can citadel you. I wish you'd load HE as well. Okay, I've loaded HE, that's good. Because the big issue is, by reversing instead of accelerating, you're now stuck nose in, and you're the juiciest target on your entire team. You are the juiciest target. This number is about to go up. Bling. This is gonna keep going up now. Now we have the Musashi. This carries. Was that the Georgia just? Bit of lag here. But yeah, you never want to be in this situation. If you're gonna shoot, keep shooting. He's gonna hunt you down. You have to keep shooting. Kill him as soon as possible. You're letting him heal. You're letting him close the distance. What's going on?
Enemy battleship sighted.
I just remembered my wife comes in to moan at me later in this battle, and I do go AFK. Remember, please.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Oh my god. It might be now. Yeah, I think it might be now as well. I suspect it might be now.
Fire!
Oh my god. That was an interesting replay for sure. Thank you, Karen. Quality replay. I'm not sure how to help you with that. Wife aggro is dangerous, man. Not sure how to counter that. We'll take another BB then. Bismarck. 56k damage. Uh-oh. Let's see what happens. The Crimson Typhoon. Thank you for the 9 months. Sup Mysterious, thank you for the 5. Thank you, my dude. Hard countered by wife. Yeah, that's a hard one to counter. Honestly, it's hard to deal with that one. It's like an FDR dropping a ship with no AA. No matter what you do, you're gonna lose. Okay, what do we have? Yellow turret Bismarck. Well, that's promising already. That's promising. No concealment expert. No superintendent. Is this full secondary Bismarck? I think this might be full secondary Bismarck. I think this is full secondary Bismarck. Okay. So what are the issues? 4 DDs. Biggest issue for you are actually Kagero and especially Asashio. Asashio is stupidly nasty. Asashio is actually really strong, and if you're playing a battleship, it's a nightmare. Because the torps are so stealthy and they hit like such an absolute truck, it's horrendous to play against. Asashio is painful to play against. So first things first, your team is obviously not interested in taking the island cover. They're interested in sailing away. Well, I think you have to go to Azure Lane to find those. Once your girlfriend sees you playing that, then problem solved. No wife ever. Anyway, let's see. The issue here is, well, you have some teammates going up here. I'm not sure I like you going all alone up north here, though. I'd like to see you play more central, because if they have a DD that's rushing this flank, which can happen, especially since you're spotted, if they have a DD rushing this way and you go up here, you become the juiciest target. And even with Hydro, don't make a mistake of thinking Hydro makes you immune to torps. You can spot them, but you can't always dodge them, and sometimes being forced to dodge torps puts you in a really awkward situation. So there's multiple reasons I don't like this. First of all, if you played here, you could use their spotting to farm ships. Yeah, I hate this. I hate this. The more you go this way, the more I hate it. Derpy Dude, thank you for the 22. You are isolating yourself from your team. Look how far away you're already. You're already so
Okay, so we're going to head back to more tips and different suggestions on how to position and play your ship. Now, for some people, this may be hard to take, but learning this positioning and how to play a certain ship is invaluable. Nothing worse than just going into a cap and just getting blown away in no time. And it really minimizes the overall experience because you want to win a game, you want it to be competitive, you want it to be fun. So instead of letting your ego dominate and be offended by suggestions, experiment and try to understand what you can do to change your game style in order to be a more effective player for your team and also for yourself. That's all this is about, nothing else. And it's never meant to be taken personally, so don't take it personally whatsoever. So let's go to the back to the video, okay?
You are so far away. I hate this. I hate this. Because what you're doing right now is you're hoping so very dearly that the enemy DDs aren't coming up here. That's what you're hoping. If you're wrong, you die. You're taking a gigantic risk. You're putting it on hopium. This is hopium. Please, no one come up and kill me. Let me push up here and farm for free. That's what you're hoping for. Instead, you could be playing here, helping your DD, you could be farming, getting crossfires, like, you could be much more useful. This is super risky. Everything is going into hoping that no DD is up here, and if there's a DD up here, he's gonna be bad enough to just kill himself on you. This is super risky. This is like, regardless of how this turns out, I don't like this. Because you have voluntarily isolated yourself. And if the carrier had one functional brain cell, he'd start striking you now. What are you gonna do about the Lexington striking you when you're all alone? Nothing. German AA's shit. Farragut is here? Well, I don't know why he's rushing you. That's good for you though. That's really good for you. Why would he do this? Where are his torps? Why didn't he preemptively torp already? Oh, he already smokes. Well, you got really lucky on the first one. The guy is a gigantic potato. After you shot there, he could have rushed in and torped you. Instead, he turned away and let you dodge the torpedoes. So, this situation here, you didn't win this because good positioning or a good push. You won this because this guy decided to panic launch torps, smoke up and run away for no reason.
Gegnerischer Zerstörer versenkt.
And I kind of hate to see that because that was just the Farragut messing up everything. Why is the Kagero in the open? Hello? Oh my god. You're actually suiciding on you. You're actually suiciding on you. Well, you have an opportunity here. I would probably ground on this island and just let my secondaries start doing work. Because if the NC comes around the corner, you can farm him. You can let your secondaries work on this Bismarck. Grounding here is a good move. Grounding and reversing is fine right now. I'd probably pop a plane to get an idea of what the NC is doing. I'd probably pop a plane to get an idea of what the NC is doing. He's coming around. Giving you flat broadside, so you can sit at him. What a nice guy. No, NC. You can sit at him under the turrets. Shoot him under the turrets. Lower, lower. No. You can actually sit at him. What? How the hell does this game work? What the hell is wrong with this game?
Ich brauche Hilfe.
That makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. you should be rushing in. You're gonna die regardless. But if you rush in, you might get a ram off. At this point, you should have just rushed in and tried to ram someone. But I don't know what to call this game. This was what leave a spotter plane for some spotting for the team. Always good when you're about to die to leave a plane just to annoy people. But yeah, I don't know why the CV ignored you when you were to juice his target. I don't know why the target turned out instead of YOLOing you properly. I don't know what the hell the Kagao was doing. I don't understand how that was a Citadel. I've come to the conclusion that maybe I don't understand this game after all. Extremely debatable. What is it? Marceau game? Sure. Let's see what this is. That was like some of these. Well, we saw that earlier though. A guy aimed waterline and the shells, and Ohio turned out, and then the shells still landed high. This time we saw he aimed super high and somehow it was a Citadel. Like, what the hell? I can only think it was a Barbette sit. There's no such thing as a Barbette sit. God damn it. The Barbette is not a Citadel in World of Warships. There's only one Citadel in World of Warships, and that's that part in the middle of the ship, low in the water. That's the Citadel. The conning tower is not a Citadel. The Barbette is not a Citadel. Dude, I hear that so often, and it, like, please, Jesus, they are not. Just cut it out. The amount of people when I posted that bug, the funnel bug, maybe we're hitting the Barbette, maybe we're hitting the conning tower. No, cut it out. God damn it. Okay, what do we have here? No CB. That's nice. A Druid Kleber. They can be pretty nasty. If you're gonna rush a cap, you speed boost. Simple as that. Or you can be saving it and then here popping the speed boost so you can have full speed when you engage. Because ultimately, Marceau wants to engage enemy DDs. Like, he wants to pick fights with them, and this early, it's pretty nice because there's very little support because all the ships are so far back. So at this point, I would love to see speed boost and just rushing into the camp, because if there's a DD coming in, you're gonna catch him off guard and you can smash him. But for some reason, you're going here behind the island. I don't like this. I don't like this. Like, let's say it's a Z-52. He gets to sail up to the island and pop his Hydra for free. Why? Yeah, there's something here now. He got. No, you could go for the risky play, rushing around the corner.
Much obliged, Commander.
You could go for the risky play. You can't even get away with that because they don't seem to have too much support. It's risky though. You gotta hope that no Smolensk is sitting here, because if Smolensk is here, you're pretty fucked. So this is pretty high risk. Does he smoke instantly? There's a Smolensk. He smokes. He hydros. Okay, he played that smart. And now let's see, will the Smolensk dumpster you? There was a Smolensk as we were afraid. Smolensk is struggling, but he's doing a fair bit, yeah. That was exactly what I was worried about. The Z-52 and the Smolensk. Remember what I said earlier? When I was covering that other replay? Always expect the worst. Always expect the worst. If you expect the worst, you will never be disappointed.
Problem résolu, chef.
But this was a really good example of what I said earlier. If you expect the worst, you will never be disappointed. I expected the worst, which was Z-52 is sitting here and the Smolensk coming around the corner. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly why you always expect the worst in a game. Because that way, when you're about to do some move like this, you consider what's the worst that can happen, and well, he should have basically died there. Like, you could easily have died there if the Slava had landed some AP shells on him as well. So, as a DD, always go into every single engagement with the idea that this is going to be the worst case ever, and I have to play around the possibility that it could be the worst case ever. Artoria, thank you for the sum. The bot mutes me whenever I link my replay. It's for subs only. There's multiple reasons for this, namely that people posted a bunch of questionable links when it was link spamming time, and I don't have to sort through them, so being a sub, posting links is a sub-only privilege. The guy died, you're still alive, but that was a terrible trade. That was across the board, really, just terrible trades across the board. I'll check it later. Being a sub equal benefits. Who knew? Wait till you hear about my OnlyFans for the tier 3 subscribers. That's really spicy, man. Oh my god. Boats gone wild. It's insane. You can't really shoot anything because you threw away all your health. Like, the problem with ships like Marceau is that Marceau and Kleber is that you kind of want to conserve your health early game, because the less ships are around, the more effective you become, because you're kind of like a really fast cruiser. You're really good at farming individual ships, but if you're being crossfired, you're being focused at close ranges like you were here, you're gonna struggle to get anything done because, well, with 5k health, it doesn't take much to kill you at this point. So what you want to really be looking for, when you get into this situation in a Marceau, what you want to be looking for is island cover or friendly smokes that you can utilize to farm damage. What kind of build is this for the Marceau? I'm not sure. He's got 7km conceal, so full stealth, I guess. But that makes it even more questionable why he didn't just rush nose in if he's like running full stealth. Why not rush nose in so that he can catch the Z52 off guard? I think those are just a bit too risky gameplay across the board. I mean, there's nothing wrong with building full stealth, but then you have to play it like an ambush ship. And the type of ambush that they did was just hyper risky because of, well, we saw why. Kleber went in, he doesn't have much support. I would probably go for the Kleber kill. I'd probably go nose in, and because you're going to outspot the Kleber, and you're going to get the engagement advantage against him. I would probably go for that. Try to pick up the Kleber. That's really best opportunity of getting damage in. That's risky. I don't think that's enough lead. Maybe? No, it's not enough lead. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think... I don't know why you opened up so early either. Because you gotta remember, you outspot him. You outspotted him at 8.4. That guy doesn't have any concealment. He's like full gunboat. He doesn't even run the concealment module, I think. So he's spotted from the moon. So there's no reason why you couldn't just close the distance with him and get all your guns in on target and just smash him. And while you're closing the distance and keeping it spotted, your team is also turning their guns and helping you.
Acknowledged.
Well, Minot is behind the island now. So careful about this. He might pop out on your forehead. He might pop out on your forehead. You gotta be careful about that. I'd have your guns aimed ready, like... I'd have guns aimed here. Because that's where he's gonna be popping out if he pops out. He's parked behind the island. Yep, there he is. He's angled away. No, all guns on him. All guns. Kill him ASAP. Kill him. If once you open up, you gotta kill him fast. Oh, this is taking too long. If any of them shoots you, you're fucked. You kill him, you go dark. So you need to kill him ASAP. Ooh, this is risky. Oh my god, this is taking so long. No one is shooting you for some reason. Thank fuck for that. Whew. Yeah, that was that ended up being very, very risky. Like, if you have this huge concealment advantage, or if a DD is angled away, just get all your guns on the target and just melt him ASAP. Especially when no one else is nearby, so you know you'll go dark once you pick up the kill. It's hard to aim our sword shells on fast DDs. It is, it is. That's why you want to get all your guns on him before he starts juking and avoiding. Once he starts wiggling his booty back and forth, it's gonna be painful as shit. I would have liked you to see you drop torps there, in case he turns in. Once again, your stealth build. Yes, my girlfriend's coming home. I'm hungry as shit. Okay, so there's a druid somewhere. Za was the RPF, most likely. There's a druid somewhere up here. He's up on the... Wait, who was that dropping those? What do they have? They have a Shima in your spawn. The game is technically won. So if you wanted to save your XP this game, I'd rush the Shima. That would be my move. That would be my move right now. We know the Shima is sailing up this flank. He's going up here. What I would do is I would rush straight at him. I would rush straight at him. You're probably gonna die, but the game is basically over. And if you manage to dumpster him, if it's your average flanking Shimakaza player, that's a good way of saving the XP. Besides that, there's not a whole lot else to do this game. The Conqueror is throwing away his ship. These two guys are miles away with no health. They have no map presence. They really don't have any comeback avenues right now. Shima is probably their strongest comeback avenue. He might get some torps in on these guys. So I'd like to see you just go up here. He's sailing this way, so go up here and intercept. Ideally, pop speed boost as soon as it's available. No. Where again? He's going this way. He's sailing this way. I'd like to see you go for the intercept. Yeah, I don't like this at all. Because now he's going to be sailing away like this, and you're going to be this way, which gives him a lot of time to react. Okay. Speed boost? Speed boost. He's going up. He's going that way. Speed boost? Really speed boost. If you're going to intercept the DD, you have to run speed boost. I don't know why you're not running speed boost here. You're the one ship that can catch him, but you're not using it? I don't like this. If he engages you, he gets smashed by Venezia Minotaur. Speed boost and bright. There we go. That took a really long time, but at least it's there. Generally, weird speed boost timing. Like, I'd like to see speed boost on an intercept on a Shima, and I'd like to see speed boost earlier, but small details. Okay, he's up there. I'd like to go north, straight north. Straight north. Where are you going? They're pinging here. You're not paying attention to the pings? Look at the torch. Pay attention. He's going this way. Like he's... what? I don't know. Not paying attention at all, I think, to the pings on the map or anything. That guy already wrote in chat he has RPF and he was pinging the location and you ignored it? Like, why? Well, that was a bit unfortunate. Not gonna get anything here then. Yeah, well, that was questionable. The ending was extra questionable, I think, because that was just completely ignoring all the info. Wait the hell. Let's see. Okay. Okay, people have Krakens? Wow. If you always get Krakens in Pensacola, then you're already better than I am, and you don't need my help. Congrats. That's impressive. Let's see. 140k Gneisena? Wow, that's your average game? You're better than me at the Gneisena as well. Okay, I don't need to cover that one then. You already know everything. What else do we have? Riga game. People who play Genshin, how do you get to Inazuma? Complete the story quest, Arkham quest. Okay, tier 9. Dude, I'm so hungry. I have to go grab something to eat after this. I'm so goddamn hungry. So what are we up against? We got... You have a Monarch Fenyang division. They have an Azuma Amagi Shokaku division. Interesting. Let's see, what do we have? You're tier 9. 4 DDs. Shokaku is the somewhat big threat. I'd like, let's see, early on I wouldn't mind you playing a bit aggressive. Oops, playing a bit aggressive into this camp. DDs often push into A, and keep in mind you have stealth radar in the ship. You have a 12 km radar and your concealment is 12.1. So if you're pushing in, you get to stealth radar ships. This turn is a bit sketchy. I don't know why you're not sailing right into them. It's rocket planes, like what are they gonna do about you? Not a whole lot. I don't like the reinforced sector if you're already turning away. If you went in for the strike, your sector would be on the wrong side. But yeah, you should I would absolutely be pushing in here. I don't like this turn. You're spotted and they're shooting. Why are you turning? You're presenting a lot of broadside here. Again, your Ashira is pushing up this flank to scout. Why are you disengaging? I don't like this. You could have just pushed up here, radared the potential DD in the cap, and then you could reverse, duck behind the island and disengage if you wanted. Basically, you're disengaging for your flank too early for no reason. You're giving up. Your Ashira is now alone. I don't know why you would surrender this flank so freely. Basically, why are you running away? You're stuck in this weird position where if you radar someone, you're gonna be the priority target. This guy's running away as well. Now you're spotted. Stealth radar? Stealth radar, stealth radar, stealth radar. There we go. But see, if you'd been nosing here, you'd be dumpstering that guy hard. Oh well. That's good. Reinforced sector, good awareness. Okay, that was good. Good penalty, good punishment. Giving too much broadside, or do you get citadel? No, you get away with it. It's pretty lucky. Well, turning broadside, well spotted. Let's hope no one else is shooting you. Where's their third BB? Oh, the Gneisena is on the flank. Pretty safe. Still shooting though, while making this kind of turn. That's pretty goddamn risky. Okay, what you need to understand about the Riga is Riga nose in is filthy tanky. It is probably the tankiest tier 9 in the game nose in. If you get broadside, it has a gigantic citadel just waiting to get smashed. So all this broadside sailing is very, very questionable to me. Also, it's really good at closer ranges and quite poor at long ranges. So playing this long-range broadside sniper gameplay is just... It's not exactly catering to its strengths. Especially considering the advantage you had in... Like, you had a DD to scout for you, so there was nothing preventing you from going here.
Торпеды прямо по курсу.
Some good sits on the Samsuma, giving you flat broadside. Now exactly what is stopping you from playing Amagi maybe? Amagi Alsace is here. You don't really want to press aggro. I don't like this broadside. Let's hope the Gneisenau never shoots you, because I'd be shooting you. If I was Joe in the Vit, I'd be shooting you as well. 3 citadels. Note that if you're detected, the Kitakaza is here. Ooh, okay. Azuma is shooting HE, that's good. Alsace doesn't shoot apparently, that's good. Okay, now we know he's here. I'd like to see you have HE loaded and radar ready, because he's going to be sitting right here. This, oh, look at that fighter plane. HE loaded. Radar ready for when you get spotted. There you go, radar. Radar. Problem is, you can't really turn... Normally you'd want to turn left and get your guns in, but if you do turn left here, this guy smashes you. Are you going to get smashed anyway? Wow, you're so lucky. That could have been a devastating strike. A whole lot of, like, broadside gameplay. You could have even turned in here. What was preventing you from turning in here and smashing him and then smashing the Azuma? Turn fast, Amagi is coming around the corner. You need to full speed turn away, turn away, turn away, turn away, turn away, turn away, turn away. Get the fuck out of here.
Наша команда получила преимущество.
You get away. But now more than anything, this flank is easily pushable. Kitagaze is spotted, load HE. Like, this flank is one. This is the flank that's the problem. And, I feel like you could just dumpster them. I'd really like to see you turn more aggressive in. Like, I'd like to see you focus more on these guys. This thing is so tanky when it's angled. Oh, don't give too much broadside. Alsace is aiming at you. Why is the Kitakaze picking a fight in the open? That's really good for you, because you get to the free damage. Yeah, once those planes die, you will go dark. Wait, hold your fire. Hold your fire. Once those planes die, you will go dark. I would be slowing down and get ready to turn in. I would just slow down, because if you're right now you're running away, you have radar in 13 and you're running away from your radar range. If you just slowed down here, you were perfectly fine, like there were no threats. If you slowed down and waited, this guy would have been caught in your full radar. Now it's ready, but he's outside the radar range. I don't like this consumable usage at all. I really don't like this. You're kind of playing this ship like an Ibuki with radar, instead of playing it like a Petro, which is kind of how you play the Riga. It's ridiculously tanky nose in pushing close range bullet. Like this long range HE spamming shit instead of just closing in and smashing them with AP. I don't like it. The planes never died, yeah, but even then he could have just slowed down here. There was no crossfire. Angle like this, there was no threat to him. And he could have just slowed down here. Waited, because the Alsace was still here, so he could angle against both him and the Amagi, slow down, wait, and then radar the Kita and smash him. But this is a lot of kiting and HE spamming, and I don't understand why. Now more than anything, he could be turning around. I probably wouldn't turn this way though. You're giving Dalsas a juicy shot. Is Dalsas killing you? I'd kill you. Yeah, this would be a dev strike. Is he killing you? Rare dev strike? Question mark. Hello? Wow, latest dev strike in history. You'll get another one, another shot off. Make sure you can use all turrets, because you're gonna need them. By shooting, he's fucked then. Keep closing the distance. Keep closing the distance, he's fucked. Don't let him disengage. But see, this is the kind of aggression I would like to see when you had much more health, and it was much more important to the team.
Пожарная тревога.
Yeah, no need to no need to go out around the corner. No need to go out around the corner. You have an island cover here. Use it. Use it. You can go dark as well. Load AP. Good. Wait. No. No, you had double fire. You had double fire. You get a damage con and just chilled for a bit. Like give your heal time to get up.
Обнаружен линкор противника.
I'd like to see a close in again. Close in distance. Close in distance. Like you can sail all the way up to this island. If the Alsace wants to shoot you, he has to come around the corner. Close the distance so your AP is more consistent. You're running away. I don't know why you're running away. Close the goddamn distance. Alsace comes around the corner, and you're this close, you can sit that in. A whole lot of like, you're setting yourself up to be farmed by this guy, by reversing. I hate all this reversing, all this running away. This thing has so much armor. So much AP pen. But the dispersion is not good. Stop kiting. Dude, you're about to get shot by this guy as well. Close the distance. You can break the Azuma guns if you get close enough. Aw, I don't like this. This is
Торпеды по правому борту.
wasted Riga tankiness. Rush him. Not sure what that radar is all about. Dude wants to die. That guy actually wants to die. Oblige him. Aw, if you could have done volleys like that so much more often if you just closed in. Yeah, no, this is just fundamentally completely misunderstanding the role of the Riga. Misunderstanding what makes the Riga strong. This was like a lot of sniping. Basically you did more damage in the last couple of minutes in close range fighting than you did all game. Like this is very much fundamental misunderstanding of what makes the Riga powerful. Do we have bid on?
Okay, folks. Listen, I hope you enjoyed that. Once again, the whole point behind this is not to criticize in a way that is demeaning. This is just to show you there are different ways of looking at how to play the game, and most importantly, how to position yourself at various times within the game for your playing pleasure, just strictly for your advantage. So don't take it personally. Enjoy, and we'll talk to you again soon. So everybody take care. Michael J. over and out. Be safe. Talk to you soon, folks. Bye-bye.